Hello everyone, my name is Amanda, aka the Gin Lady. This is one of the passions of my life, and at the moment, because I am stuck at home under coronavirus restrictions, I have no one to drink gin with. So I thought it would be quite fun during this time to set up a gin vlog. So welcome to my gin vlog, and we're going to take you through today a few fun gin facts. But before we go on to some of the facts, I think we need to have a drink in hand. So tonight's drink of choice is a South African gin. So I come from South Africa, for those who don't know me, and this is a lovely gin that a friend of mine gave me last Christmas. Osa, she brought this to my Christmas party. It is called Bloed Lemon, which is blood lemon in Afrikaans, and it has a selection of handcrafted botanicals, including juniper, blood orange, peel, grains of paradise, coriander, and nutmeg. So lovely gin. I've got my glass right here. I've got a nice crystal glass tonight, and I've filled it up with a requisite amount of ice. That looks like a lot, but it will melt down into the gin. And I've also, given this as an orange gin, put a slice of orange in the bottom. So a good slug of gin over the ice. And then tonight I am using aromatic tonic water from Fever Tree, which is lovely and pink. So it should go very nicely with the blood lemon drink from South Africa. So there we go. We have a lovely pink colour coming out there in my gin, which now gives me a drink to start some interesting gin facts. So cheers. So gin is a rather dry alcohol, which is flavoured with berries from the juniper bush. Now, there are lots of theories about where gin came from. The French claim that they have been making gin for 450 years, and the Dutch claim that they have made gin. They were the first to make gin, and there certainly is records of gin making in Holland in the 12th century. In addition, we make a lot of gin in the UK. 70 to 80% of all gin made in the UK is actually made in Scotland. So Scotland's greatest secret, no, it's not just whiskey, it's also gin. And many of the whiskey distilleries have made gin alongside in order to bring in revenue as their whiskey barrels mature. So very interesting fact, and it's very much part of British and colonial cultures, with the Indians in British and India introducing tonic. It was a good way to get the quinine into their systems to help them fight malaria. So a fantastic combination, gin and tonic. So gin, how did it get its name? Genever, which is a type of Dutch gin, that's one theory. Others have claimed that it's after the Swiss town, Geneva. Anyway, we have gin and it's fantastic. What many people maybe don't realise is that there are 4 different types of gin. There's London dry gin, there is the Dutch Genever gin, there is Old Tom gin, and there's a compound gin. Now, the most popular is London Dry, but the name doesn't say where it comes from. It's actually the type of way of making gin. So with London Dry gin, you seep the juniper berries, you macerate them and seep them in the alcohol in a distillation process, along with a range of other botanicals. So you could have coriander, or you could have orange peel, lemon zest, lime, and nutmeg, and a range of other botanicals. And that is what gives gin its distinct flavour. It's which botanicals have been seeped in the gin as it goes through its redistillation process. Dutch Genever is a bit more like a whiskey. It's aged in a barrel. Personally, it is not my taste, and that's what I love about gin, is that everybody has a different gin that they like. Compound gin is a bit like Hendrick's, where you take some of the softer, finer flavours that you might want to soak in the gin, and you do it after the distillation process because that's too harsh for things like rose petals, for instance. So you might get a rose or a floral flavour to your gin. So London Dry, which is what this one is, what most of the gins that you try today is the distillation process where you're bringing in the different botanicals into the gin. So that is really interesting, and many people mistaken London Dry for gin that comes from London, and it doesn't. So those are some interesting gin facts for the day. I can tell you a little bit more about gin. I plan to do maybe some cocktail making with some gin in later vlogs. I'm really interested to hear what you have to think about my vlogs. So please do comment, give me some suggestions about what you might like to hear, and which gins you like. The great thing is they've all got different flavours, and we're going to take you through some really interesting gins that I've got in my cupboard that range from Glasgow on the west side of Scotland right through to Japan on the other side of the world. So here's to gin, here's to my vlog. Thank you so much for dialing in. It's been great to have you, and I'd love to hear your comments.